In this time of food shortages and uncertainty, I wanted to bring to you a recipe that you can use many different ways with things that you have on hand. Stay tuned. Okay, this recipe you can use many different ways. I'm going to show you two tonight. One of them is called eggs in a nest. At least that's what my mom used to call it when we were little. And the other one is chipped beef gravy. So let me bring you along. Okay, for eggs on a nest, you're going to need some butter. Now it depends on how much you want to make. This recipe is just going to feed me because my husband said he didn't know if he would like it or not. So his is going to be chipped beef and mine is going to be eggs on a nest. So this will make enough for probably about 2 people. Depends on how y'all like to eat. So let me get a paper towel. Alright. I'm going to use about 2 tablespoons of butter. And the recipe is simple. For ever how many tablespoons of fat you use, you'll use that many tablespoons of flour. So I'm using 2 tablespoons of fat. Turn my burner on. Set my butter out of the way. And we're just going to melt the butter in the pan. Should have had my pan heating up. Okay, butter's almost melted. We're going to make sure it gets all the way melted. Okay, since we used 2 tablespoons of butter, we're going to use 2 tablespoons of flour. And I didn't get my fork, so hold on just a second. And we're just going to soak up all of the butter with the flour and kind of brown the flour a little bit. And then we're going to add milk. Now one thing you can do with your milk, if you find it and you want to buy an extra gallon, and I'm not telling you to go crazy and buy all they got, you can freeze your milk. Just pour probably 1 inch or 2 out of it so it gives it room to expand. And put it in your freezer. If you don't have enough room for your big gallon, get you some really good Ziploc containers and pour a little bit in each container and get out what you need. So now we're going to add salt and pepper. We like a lot of pepper, so. And while we're waiting for the gravy to thicken, we're going to put in our egg whites that we've diced up. Well, some of them we diced up, some of them are big chunks. But we're going to put that in your pan. And we're going to save the yellows. And we're just going to thicken this up. And while that's coming to a boil, I'm going to get my plates. Off of the heat. I toasted up some of the sourdough bread that I made last night. And if you're interested in making bread for yourself, I'm going to put a link below to a live that Patti and Tommy Alderman did a few days ago. And she shows you how to make a basic white loaf, an artisan loaf, and how to make a sourdough starter. So I'm going to put that link in the video, or that link in the description below. So our gravy's thickened up. I've got to get a big spoon. Sorry about that. I thought I was prepared, but evidently I wasn't. And we're just going to spoon it over. We're just going to spoon it over our bread. And then we're going to add our egg whites, or our egg yolks on the top. And that's your eggs in a nest. So give me just a second. I'll give you a taste test, and I'll let you know how it tastes. Okay, I'm just going to use the fork that was in the egg yolks. Here we go. Just like I remembered it when I was little. I'm going to do one more bite. That's really good. I'm going to finish eating this, clean up my mess, and I'll bring you back for the chipped beef and gravy. Okay, so my next video on chipped beef and gravy is going to feature the little packages of lunch meat that you can buy. I think they're like 69, 79 cents at Kroger's. This is the beef kind. And let me show you what I've done. I've just cut it up into some small pieces. And I'm going to use, it would help if I had all my stuff out where I'm supposed to be using it. I'm going to be using my 2 tablespoons of butter. Now you can make this with sausage, hamburger. When we'd have it with hamburger, we called it SOS, and it was blank on a shingle because we ate it over toast. You can use just about anything, any kind of meat, but what you want to do is you want to make sure that you measure your grease and add that same amount of flour. Now you can serve this over toast, you could serve it over rice, you could serve it over biscuits, bread. We've eaten it on bread before and it's really good. You can even boil some potatoes and chunk potatoes and have it over potatoes. You could have it over mashed potatoes if you wanted to. Instant or real, it doesn't matter. You can just really get creative with what you're doing this, what you're using this with. Okay, the difference here is when our butter gets melted, we're going to add our beef. And we're just going to kind of fry it up in the butter. Try to separate as many of the chunks as we can. And if you can't get them all separated, it's okay. And I don't know if you can see on camera or not, but they're starting to kind of cup up, fry up a little bit. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of flour, just like we did before. And try to stir that around. Might have my burner up too high, but it'll work. We're going to add our milk. And we're just going to let that thicken. And all of the stuff that was on the bottom of the pan, the dried flour and butter, it'll all get reincorporated. Just kind of scrape it off the bottom. And we're going to add salt and pepper. We like I said, we like a lot of pepper. And we're just going to let this thicken up. And like I said, you can make this, you could fry up some hamburger, add your flour according to how much grease comes out of your hamburger, and do the same thing. You don't have to add the butter, just use your grease from your hamburger or your sausage. You could probably do this with ham, with the butter. Okay, let's turn that off. But it's just a quick and easy way to feed your kids while they're off from school, or to put in your belly. This would go easy. I'd say it would probably go easy on somebody's stomach that might be sick. The butter might not be too good, but and it's quick to heat up if you're sick. If you're by yourself and you're not feeling good and you just want something quick, this is quick and it's easy. So let me get this plated up for you, and I'll have my husband give you a taste test.
I'm being helped against my will to try this out.
Can you show it to the camera?
Yeah, you see that?
Let me move it down. All right, now we'll get his honest opinion.
No, I'm joking. It's good. It really is. Looks like it's pretty simple to make.
Do you remember eating it when you were a kid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure did.
We had it quite a bit.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
good stuff. It really is. One more bite for the camera.
Okie dokie.
Man.
He did try the egg one too. Tell him what you thought about the egg one.
I liked it. Yeah, pretty good. Thank y'all for watching me eat.
So I hope this helped you to figure out something to make in a time when things are scarce. I know our Kroger's just recently got the milk in and some meat, and they were limiting it to 3 meats per person, 3 gallons of milk per person, or 3 half gallons per person. And this is just a hard time. It's an uncertain time. And if I can help you get through it in some small little way, I hope I've done that with this video. But I just hope that you all stay safe, stay well, and we'll get through this. I promise. We'll get through it. So you all have a blessed night. And thank you so much for watching. We love you guys. We're praying for you. And we'll see you next time.